Hey, what's up? What's up? Sound might be a little crunchy today. Don't have the microphone. It is what it is. The internet was out. All kinds of things. Yeah. Anyway, the last few days we're recording video lessons have been issues every day. Anyway, here we are, September 3rd. Let me move out the way. You see what's on the agenda. Pause the screen. We're moving forward. Okay. So we've been reviewing what is science. Hopefully you can pull out science is a way of to do what? Learning about what? The world, what's in it, how it got to be this way, and how it works. That's the essential stuff out of this. So if you can pull that information out that quick, then you are good to go for the quiz on this part. Now physics, we didn't talk as much about this, but can you define what is physics? So pause the screen and think if you can just pull this out of your brain, okay? And then here, I'm going to show you the most important thing. So physics is the study of energy and matter and their interactions, or how energy and matter interacts, or how they work together, right? If you give me those things, that's good. If you can give me some of these examples down here of energy, that would also be awesome. But again, if you tell me that physics is the study of energy and matter and how it interacts, boom, we're good. We are good, okay? Let's keep it pushing. I do just want to put this out there that inside of here, bam, inside of modules, we have placed a study guide in there. All right, and so it's just some slides that goes over like exactly what we're studying. I don't know why it's taking so long. I'm going to pause until I can get a look. Now you see it. So we're in modules. We're in the modules for this week. Okay, so make sure you got the right dates, and then we're just going to click that. Boom, and that will open up these slides right here. And then these slides are review. They'll be very similar to what we just were looking at, right? Boom. And then we also talked about this, like, in this video. If you guys don't remember the video, I put the video right here for you to be able to look at. So the video is there as well for you to be able to go through if you would like. But just these questions. What jobs does a scientist have? What does a scientist do? Remember, a scientist, mainly, they look for and solve problems. That's the main thing. Do scientists only work in labs? Who can be a scientist? These kind of questions would be good for the quiz, okay? Also remember, this is my #1 expectation, that respect goes in every direction. Make sure to put some respect on your last name. Handle that business. And then also the last thing would be anything on this syllabus. That is correct. Anything on this syllabus that you see right here can be fair game for the quiz. So that's only 6 slides. The quiz should only be probably about 10 questions. So nothing too crazy. Make sure that you are studying for that. Okay? Boom. All right, so we were here and we talked about this yesterday, so I'm not really going to go too deep over this, but we went over it. Make sure you have it in your book. And again, if you don't have this page, just draw it in on page number 10. And page number 10 is a blank page, okay? Cool. We talked a little bit about this also. Here's the question. And if you can't answer all of these, it's totally fine. But this whole thing is about Newton's third law. If you know what Newton's third law, then for every what, there's a what. So for every something, there's something else. Some people started to say for every action, there's a reaction. And then this is down here is like forces always act in, act on, are measured by. Just fill this in on page number 11 to the best of your ability. Again, fill it in to the best of your ability. Do it in pencil. Don't worry, we will learn and then we will come back. All right, cool. We talked about this just a little bit, but I do actually, you know what? I will review this. Is couple of things. One thing about working in teams and in partners is make sure that you are ready. So make sure you read the instructions. Make sure you're prepared for what we're about to do. Do not leave it up to your teammate or your partner or your group to have everything together. People get tired of that. Carry your weight. Do not be an anchor. An anchor holds something in place. Be a part of the team that's moving forward. Also, it is okay to disagree, but respectfully. So respectfully agree with people and respectfully disagree with people, right? Be respectful if you think their idea is not smart, okay? If that's what you think. Don't say, your idea is not smart. Just be like, you could suggest and be like, well, I hear what you're coming from. This is why I think maybe we should do something different, right? And then that way you can make good suggestions. But you want to build, contribute to the assignment, and help each other out, okay? So this is what being good in a team or partner is. Okay, cool. Now we are going to look at this situation, and the situation is a book on a table. Got a book, and I'm gonna move my keyboard right there, and the situation is there's just a book on the table. Boom, that's it. That's the whole situation. Nothing crazy, just a book on a table, right? Just sitting there, not moving, just there. So that's the situation we find ourselves in. Now, the question is, I need you to read these. Hold on, let's go back. Read these over here. So pause the screen and read those and see which one of these situations you believe is the correct answer. And then just go ahead and write that in the comments. So whichever one of these situations you think is the right one, go ahead and write that in the comments. Okay, so write that in the comments right here. Which is the one that you believe is the correct situation? So we'll do a little bit of discussing about this in class. But again, which one do you think is the correct one? With that being said, Mr. Farr is going to move forward and say, I'm smarter than I think, I'm braver than I seem, I'm stronger than I feel, and I can do difficult things. All right, y'all. Peace.